So this is how it's going to work. Number one, you have hypothesis, right? Like that's step number one. So what we will be doing is we'll be using different kind of websites like Google, Yelp, or whatever, wherever your client hangs out, right? This will be different to everybody. That's why if I try to make a list of all the websites on planet Earth, it'll be impossible, but yours will be customized and refer to your client access channel worksheet for this. Okay. So step number one, you hypothesize that, okay, my client could be on Google, my client could be on Yelp, my client could be on clutch.io or any other kind of website where they might hang out, right? Then the next step is prepare. Once we know, okay, they are here, right? Now, how do we prepare for this? Well, we follow this guide that I've already covered. You set up your professional email, hello@rohanthavan.com or whatever, and then you set up your Gmail and have everything ready so that we could start sending these people bulk email. Okay, very important. And then we start collecting the emails of these people. Now we will have a spreadsheet that would look something like this, where we would just begin collecting their emails. We would go to Google, Yelp, and all those websites. We would scrape out their data and we would start putting it in the spreadsheet so that we are ready to blast email them. Okay. And then we will start approaching them. Okay. This is how the approach would look like, as you can see. The fact is, what I'm sharing with you, this is what we have actually used. This has been proven to work. Like I'm going to show you step by step how this exact email turns into a sale. Okay. We just send an email to somebody saying that question about your company name. We just say, hey, first name, I recently came across your company on whatever platform like LinkedIn, Facebook, Yelp, or whatever, and was impressed with what you are doing. Congrats on working with dash kind of client, right? That's what we said. I'm a growth consultant at UAbility, where we help digital marketing agencies get consistent, predictable, and reliable high-value clients across the globe. This is done by using a combination or putting together an inbound and outbound marketing system that you are learning, by the way. So designed to produce qualified appointments, even if you don't have gazillions to spend on marketing, right? Pretty awesome. Now, in addition to this, we work with your sales team to maximize conversions using our proven strategies and everything, right? A proven methodology that we have carefully designed after doing a lot of calls and everything. And to date, we have worked with 7-figure clients like 1% AMTG. I'd love to learn what you're doing right now to find clients. I'm sure we can help you double or triple the amount of clients you're getting, just like how we helped our client Pulkit Raval, founder of Digital Sutra Agency, hit over 8 lakhs net consistently per month. And then if you want to learn more, just get in touch with me or just simply reply to this email. I'm also happy to answer any questions you might have regarding client acquisition. Thanks and have an awesome day. Like that's literally what we sent, okay, to this particular individual. And you will see that. So after the next thing that happened was like, after we send this email to them, and you will learn how to send this email, this is what happened next, right? They said, hey, Sunny, the email was impressive and it didn't look like a cold email with so much information about the company. Thanks. Please tell me more. So then we said, hey, first name, thank you so much for reverting back promptly, and I'm glad that you liked our initial email. To explain you briefly, we at UAbility help agencies grow faster and reach their desired clients that pay higher than the industry standards. And are you available sometime this week? I'd love to get on a quick call with you, get some insights, and share the most appropriate strategy that can benefit your business, right? And then they said, okay, let's connect today. And then they gave the number, whatever their phone number was. Obviously, I can't reveal that, but that's what they sent, right?
So after, you send your email, basically what will happen is your client will send you over an email, something like, hey, okay, contact me here, or let's do a call, or yeah, let's catch up quickly on Zoom or Skype or whatever, right? Now, in this case, or in this particular scenario, they gave us like the phone number. So what we did is we just literally picked up the phone and called them. And, if needed, we qualified them as well. First, we introduced who we are, what exactly what we do, and then we ask them some questions and then give them a little bit hook that, okay, if you can solve their problem, then you just invite them to the next step. But if you can't solve their problem, or in case they don't have the money or they don't have the pain or anything like that, then you basically just don't do anything, right? So you just thank them for the time. So over here, what you need to do is you need to call the prospect up, and you need to use the discovery call script that was taught to you in the previous week, and you need to qualify them. And again, this step is optional if you think like, for example, the CEO of Tata replies to you, right? Obviously, they don't need much qualification, and you could get to the main call, right? So, and of course, if the CEO of Tata is your target client, right? So the point of the matter is you only qualify the people who you think need qualification, and you do this discovery call and you use the script that was taught to you previously. And then let's say, somebody is qualified, right? Let's say that, okay, this person was qualified and they are a good fit. So now you invite them to a main call of 45 to 60 minutes, which would be your sales call. And over that call, you'll be making them the pitch, right? Now to invite them and to make this more formalized, right? What you would do is you would want to book an event on Calendly by going to your apply page and then manually either manually filling in the information on their behalf or just sending them the link so that they could schedule a call based on their availability, right? So that's totally your choice. The easiest thing that we do is like while we are on a discovery call, we just like ask them the relevant questions that are given on this application and the things that we need to know. Like, for example, if somebody's on a call, we'll just be like, so what's your best preferred email? Or what phone number would you like to use? Or, okay, so what's your LinkedIn profile? Okay, and the main problem is this, right? So things like that. So we would just like manually fill the application on their behalf just to save them time and just to reduce friction. But you can also send them directly your link so that they could book a call. So after discovery call, if somebody qualifies, we book them for a sales call. And before the sales call, right, we need to ask the person to please see our VSL video before the call, right? So as you can see in this email, we just send, thank you for your time. So this email was sent after the discovery call was done and before the sales call. After the discovery call was done and before the sales call, this email was done. Sent, right? So it says, hey, first name, hope you are doing well. Sunny here from UAbility. Here's the link to our Indian clients and international clients that we have worked and helped with to help them increase their profit/revenue. As per our discussion we had on the call today, which was the discovery call done by Sunny, I have shared the inputs you provided with my team, and our team will provide the best strategy for you and will share it with you on Tuesday on a consultation call for absolutely free, right? I think this call was rebooked from Tuesday to Thursday, but ignore that, right? This is the template. And then we would really appreciate if you watch our training video before joining the call, and you can click here and see it and be in front of a computer/laptop with internet access. And please have all your business partners or any other decision makers on the call. Thank you so much, right? So we have given the prospect clear instructions that look, after the discovery call, we send them this email. We even say this on the discovery call, but we send them this email. Hey, you need to watch this video, right? Before we do the sales call, right? Before we do this call that's booked over here, right? You need to see this video. If you do not see this, or if they do not see this, the chances of them being closed on the call is lower, right? So make sure you send this email, make sure that they see this video, VSL video that you see over here that we have already created. And then comes the sales call, right? So this is the main thing where we'll be pitching them and hoping that the deal closes, right? So this would be a 45 to 60 minute sales call where we would basically ask them further questions, get to know more about them, understand their problems, their pain and everything else. And then what we do is we basically use the sales call script that was given in the previous week to close these clients or to close these people, right? Which would be very, very effective. And this is going to help you out. And if you do this correctly, literally by the end of this call, they would end up paying you money. And if you screw this up, then obviously they won't pay you the money, right? And of course, the reason why they would pay you the money is because you already qualified them, right? By doing this discovery call, right? You already qualified these people, right? You made sure that they were a good fit for you and you are a good fit for them. And then you basically send them these reminders. And then you also told them to watch this content from your side so that they are like, even the lead is like hotter, right? They're more likely to convert. And now comes the sales call where you basically, spend more time with them, ask them more questions and gave them the exact solution, explained them in the perfect manner. And what ends up happening is you would, if you do this correctly, you would end up closing them, on the call. Pretty effective. And if you want to know what exactly to say on the sales call, just literally watch the previous week. I have given you the entire script and I show you exactly how to do this.
And now comes the seventh part, close. And this is literally, I can't reveal more information about this, apologies, but literally this is what happened next. They ended up making the payment. The person got on the call first. Like literally, if you backtrack it, if you just look at it, we just got that information, retrieved that information, right? We sent them an opening email, right? We did a discovery call with them to basically give a little bit introduction, qualify them if they are a good fit. Then we invited them to a sales call, booked a 1-hour session and told them to watch this video. We got on the call with them and then we basically closed them and they ended up paying us. Literally how it works. Now, there would be certain people who don't end up paying you. Those people might require follow-ups, or chances are there might be people who don't even respond to your email or don't even open them. So we follow up with them just like this. For example, hey Shubham, I know you're busy, just bumping this up, right? So just trying to bump my email up, just following up with you, what's the situation and everything. So we do consistent follow-up with these people to ensure that they end up getting on a call with us. So now let's talk about cold approach KPIs and visual map. How does it look? And this is how it's going to work, right? And again, this map is available for you for download in the resources section. So approximately this is how it's going to go. We will begin by sending an email. Let's say that the email sent were 2000 emails. Now, two of the scenarios will happen. Either people will open the email or they will not open the email. Now let's say email opened out of these 2000 that we send is around 700, right? Which is around 30 to 35% of the people opening up the email, because 30 to 35% of 2000 is 700. That's the reason why this is over here. Now, this will also include people who do not open up your email. We send them a follow-up, as you can see, and we get them to basically open up our email. Pretty straightforward. Now, out of the people who open up our email, there will be two types: people who respond and people who do not respond, right? People who do not respond, of course, we follow up with them and eventually get them on a discovery call. And people who do respond, in total, what's going to happen is people who respond would be around 70, which is around 10%. These are the average industry stats that we got after doing a lot of testing. Out of 700 people, only 70 people will respond. That's only 10%. And that's completely normal. Don't freak out. It's a numbers game. Okay. A lot of people start wondering, oh, why are people not opening my email or what's Relax. Number one, either you didn't send enough emails, or number two, this is how it works. This is the math behind it. Now, these 70 people, we would invite them to a discovery call after following up as well. So the lead would either show up to the call and lead would be qualified for a sales call, or the lead would just not show up or would just not be qualified. So the fact is that we will do discovery calls with around 40 people out of 70, and the disco percentage would be around 50 to 60%. This means that out of all these 70 people, around 50 to 60% of the people would either show up and be a good fit for a discovery call. So that's what we do. 40 people we do a discovery call with. And then comes the sales call. This is the call where we will be making the pitch with the hopes of selling our advice or service, right, and closing the deal. Now, what's going to happen is qualified leads that show up from our discovery call, right, from that 15-minute call, the calls that show up to the sales call, right, these are the stats. 30 people would be qualified out of these 40, around 70%, right? Rest of them, we will either say no, or they would just not show up to our main sales call. Again, we follow up with them and with the hope of getting them to the call. Obviously, we do that. But out of that, after the follow-up, around 30 people out of 40 people should show up, around 70-ish%. And out of that, we will end up closing 5 to 6 deals with a closing rate of 15 to 20%. So out of these 30, we would close around 5 to 6 with a closing rate of 25 to 30%. And obviously, those who do not buy, we will follow up with them and hopefully get them to close. So as you can see, it's out of 2,000 emails we sent, we got like 5 to 6 people filtered out who would be a good fit for us. And these are the math behind it, right? This is how it looks like, right? And this is the map that you will have to basically follow to achieve the desired outcome that we have set for yourself. So again, go through this map and have it in front of your screen so that you know, okay, this is how it's going to work.